Hi, everybody. This is Tony Castro. I'm being joined now by the third-year skipper for the Springstead Eagles, and, of course, the possessor of the second-place state championship trophy for the Eagles. Our guest is Sal Basil. How you doing, Sal?
Very good.
Coach, I got to ask you, in your 3 seasons, the Eagles have finished first, third, and second at states. Coach, what happened this year?
I mean, we just really didn't execute. I mean, I think the guys were prepared well. I think they wrestled well. Just didn't execute all the matches we needed to. It was a great year, and I think we were peaking at the right time. I think we had a great week of training. I think everything was going right. It just, it might not be a matter of what we didn't do. It's just maybe a matter of what other kids did. And, we lost some matches that we had opportunities to win, and just fell a little bit short. And,
of course, 5 state placers. How many teams would swap places with Springstead and take that second-place trophy and 5 state placers? Sal, how about the fact that in 10 years, this program has finished in the top 10 times? Coach, what does that say about the program?
Just really, is an attribute to just hard work and doing the right things. We get kids bought in, and they work year-round, and a lot of our kids probably get more matches in the off season than a lot of kids do throughout the year. So it's just it's really a simple process. It just takes a lot of hard work. It's put the time in, be coachable, and give them the tools, and then they've got to run with it. And so it's what we want. Sometimes you get the best results and you win. Sometimes you do everything right and you still come up a little short, which is kind of how I felt this year. But the program's rolling and the things are in place, and you just got to have the kids bought in year-round. That's really the biggest thing.
Coach, what do you want to say about your coaching staff? Because you know what, win or lose, everything comes back to you. But you know what, Sal Basil can't do it alone. What do you want to say about your assistant coaches?
They're amazing. Charlie and Mike ran the JV, and then when he wasn't running the JV, he was here with the varsity, and those guys make no money. I mean, they make no money, and not that we all, not that any of us really make a ton of money from coaching, but they spend more money in gas traveling to an average weekend tournament than they make in a year. To be here all the time and to deal with me is hats off to them. They're great. They're in the room all the time. They help these guys in so many ways. So definitely none of our goals would be achievable without those 2 guys.
Of course, big props to the assistant coaches here at Springstead High School. Coach, let me ask you, summarize the difference between the Eagle team that I saw at Kiwanis, really the first major tournament of the year, second major tournament, compared to states. Big growth period I saw.
Yeah, big growth period, and that's always what you want to see through any year. Regardless if you think you're on your A game in the beginning of the season, you still always are trying to grow throughout the year. And so we did that, and we got people in line, and we got some people healthy. The length of the season helped us out a little bit, especially for Andrew, being able to get knee surgery and then come back from it. So we're definitely a different team. The younger guys continue to improve, especially at districts. I think you saw where those younger guys, really started to step up. So definitely a different team, and I'm proud of the way we grew. Like I said, we just fell a little bit short, and we didn't execute as much as we needed to at the end.
And, of course, still second-place finish at the state championship. This is Tony Castro. I'm being joined by the skipper for the Eagles, and that's Sal Basil. Coach, Michael McDonald's performance. Coach, can it be understated, the performance of Michael McDonald, the only state champion for the Eagles and for Hernando County?
No, he's an amazing kid. He's somebody I've known that since he was probably 7th grade. I used to tell him all the time, "You're the guy. You're going to be the leader. You're going to be the guy." And he's just, he's got great work ethic. He's got the right mindset, and he believes. He really there's a lot of kids that are great and sometimes fall short, but. When you want to put the money on somebody, it's Mikey. He gets it done. to beat anybody 3 times in 5 weeks is hard. To beat a Brandon kid
3 times,
3 times, and a state champ, did the same thing last year. Beat Dobach in the Ippolito, and then they switched him out and put Lucas in. He beat him twice. That's just a competitor. Certain people have that competitive ability and that competitive drive and that ability to step up when it's on the line and just find ways to win. And I think last year you saw that being down however many points,
5 points with 30 seconds,
and then just finding a way to win. And then this year, not too many people realize how bad his ankle is. He's probably going to have ankle surgery real shortly here. His ankle is bad, but there was few times you really noticed that. So again, I think that's just a sign of just how tough he is and that competitor instinct that just keeps him going. And losing that kid is hard. It's he's family to me, and it's. I'm super happy for him. If there's anybody who's going to win a title, you want that kid to win a title, and I'm really happy for him.
Of course, Mikey McDonald closing his career at Springstead High School with back-to-back titles. Coach, what do you want to say about 2 other finalists, Connor Ross and Matt Landgraf? Coach, you said it. They came up a little bit short of their goals, and Coach, it doesn't take away the fact that they had tremendous seasons to get there. Same with Andrew Smith, same with Billy Swift.
Yeah, all those guys. There's times you get mad and there's times you get disappointed, and this isn't one of those times. This is one of those times where you just, you're a little heartbroken for them because they don't get those moments back, and if you don't put the time in, if you don't do the right things, then you kind of say, well, that's what you get. But for those guys, they did everything. They do everything I asked. They bust their butt every single day. They do everything right. And, we painted this picture of how our season was going to go, and we were right on track, and it just fell a little short. And so, you look at the records, you look at what they've done, you look at, Andrew and Billy for what they've achieved in a few years of wrestling. You can never take that away from them, regardless of whether they got their hand raised, that match or not. You can't take away what those kids have done, and it's really amazing. It's an amazing group of kids. Like I said, it's more of a sad feeling just because you want to see them achieve their goals. I mean, sure, I wanted it for the team. I want to win a state title, whatever, but I feel sadness just because I want to see those kids achieve their goals because they've done everything to achieve the goals, but it just didn't happen, and I guess that's sports and that's life, So we'll all move on from it. We'll all get tougher from it, but I love those kids. I'm super proud of them.
They'll be great citizens down the road, too, Coach. Coach, last thing about this team and the team's future. You lose 7 seniors. Those guys move on. You have 7 youngsters that they'll be the foundation of this team. Coach, what's the future hold for the Springstead Eagles in 2016?
We're in good shape, yeah, you lose a lot, and I'm not saying that, we're going to pick up right where we left off, but if you look at, any team, there's those years where you're going to take a little bit of a step back, but the future's bright here. We've had the biggest JV we've had in
years.
Probably since I coached back with Elia in the late 90s, the biggest JV we've ever had. The youth program's flourishing. We're running year-round now with the youth program, and, you've got kids moving in who are very seasoned, and I think the biggest thing for a lot of our youth kids this year was not many of them were at weight classes they should have been at. And so you take a young kid who's just trying to, get going in the varsity level, and then you put them up a weight class or 2 weight classes or even 3 weight classes. So I think you give those kids a year of experience and you get them down at the weight classes they should be at. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape.
The future looks bright. We'd like to thank our guest in his 3rd season, Sal Basil. Congratulations. Good job, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.